Hey track gang, what's going on in this week's episode of the Boeville in Newtown? Well, it's right over here. Stand by and we'll get into what's happening this week. Well, good evening, track gang, and welcome to episode 25 for 2023. It happens to be July 11th at the moment. Wanted to, one last time, kind of get into what's going on over here. So let me swing the camera down because we're doing this from the right side of me instead of the left so I can actually see the viewfinder. Now, what I did is, this here happens to be, the Penn Line shell. And of course, we all know that that is an Athearn drive. Now, the nice thing of it is the fact that the Penn Line shell fits on this frame very well, actually. The only thing that I had to do to get it to fit was cut the pilot a little bit so that the Athearn coupler box would kind of slide in. Now, I don't have a forward or a front coupler on this because it's a passenger locomotive. And none of my passenger locomotives that I know of actually have that front coupler. So that's one thing. So that's what we did. So now we've got an AB unit, a Penn Line AB unit that runs. And this happens to be the shell that was originally on the Athearn frame. Now, the funny thing of it is, this is actually, I believe, either a Bachmann or a Lifelike shell that was on the Athearn frame because the original drive for one of those, it blew up as well. So that is what it is. Now the plan here is, because of the fact that I really don't need another chassis system locomotive or another shell, but what I do want to do is I do want to try and kind of get this running a little bit better than what it actually is now. And I think I know part of what the issue is with this locomotive, or with this motor anyway. When I was messing with this, not thinking about it, and when I open this up in a minute, you'll understand what I'm talking about. When I originally cleaned everything up in here, and of course for some reason this thing, it's supposed to be 8-wheel drive, but right now it's only 6. There's something going on inside of here with the drive, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. But anyway, what I had done is I had greased and oiled the mechanism up inside of here. Now, if I take this plate back off, like I said, I had completely put this thing back together thinking that I was done with it, which obviously we're not. And apparently I did unscrew it far enough. Okay, cool. I actually had to clean a lot of the, or all of the lubrication that I had put in here because I had apparently either put too much or it just didn't like it. Now, one of the things is that I can tell you about these is the fact that they are they're metal on metal, I believe, and because of that, you don't need to use a lot of, you probably need to use more oil than grease. So, but at any rate, what they did is they've got this plate sitting here. That's your pickup. And of course, if you get too much oil or grease in there, it can't work the way it's supposed to. Okay, fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean this thing up again, one more time, and see what we come up with. So when I get finished, we'll take a look and see what we got. Well, folks, I think this is one time where I'm just going to have to call defeat. I have no idea what else to do with this locomotive. It's now pulsating again, no matter what power supply I hook it up to, whether it's my walk-arounds or if it's the one over here that I've got for testing. It's almost like the gearing is screwed up or something like that. The motor is getting hot, and I know that that's not an issue if it's not hooked up to the drive. So there's something wrong with this drive system. I don't know if it's something specific to this one or if it was just something that Penn Line had issues with, period. But at this point, I don't really need it. Like I said, I've already made the conversion. I got what I needed, which was getting this guy to where I can run the AB unit on the ones to the passenger trains for the full to Bailey. So, you know, at this point, like I said, I hate calling defeat, but I don't know what else to do with this crazy thing. For the moment, it'll just become a shelf queen. So stick around because actually, I shouldn't say stick around. Obviously, episode 26 be out next week. I appreciate all my subscribers, my patrons, and anybody who's donated to the channel via PayPal or gone ahead and sent whatever, locomotives, parts, coffee mugs, stickers. I really do appreciate it. The last I checked, I'm a little over 2,200 watch hours now, and by the way, it was putting up X amount of videos in a 90-day period or something like that, plus the over 500 subscribers, so I'm still short on the watch time. But it's really odd because the YouTube is starting, that algorithm is starting to piss me off, because one day I go in there and I look at it, I'm like, oh, I'm like 2265, and then I go back an hour later, it's down to 2203. I don't understand how, if somebody's watched it, how can you take the time back? But that's just them being them, so whatever. If I get there, I get there. If I don't, I don't. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's the same thing with the subscribers. I've been hanging around 580, 590, which, again, that's fine. You know I talk, or I got a very niche group because I'm DC and not DCC, and I'm still very much old school. So, but at any rate, you all know the deal. Wait for the high ball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time. Be safe. God bless. We will see ya.